You gave me fever. No need to tell me all. Your eyes I always remember. I wrote you on and on. You never gave me an answer. Am I the only one? I didn't know it was over. Take care of you. Take care of you. Take care of you. I didn't know it was over. Take care of you. Take care of you. I wrote you on and on. You never gave me an answer. Am I the only one? I didn't know it was over. Take care of you. Take care of you. Take care of you.
Hello, everybody. Please let me know if you can hear me properly and if my mic sounds okay. It does look like I'm peaking just a little bit, so do let me know if my mic sounds a little fuzzy to you, unlike normal. But yeah, I'm really excited to work together with you guys today. Today is going to be a pretty exciting build. I want to show off one really cool feature that we have inside our community, which is the community laboratory. Basically, it's a place for us to come together and work on awesome new templates that we're experimenting together with the family, and also work on improvements and bug fixes and just everything that we might want to do to better improve our resources, to better help our community members level up and live a better life. So I think without further ado, let's just jump straight into it, and I'll show you what it's all about. So jumping in right now, you can see that I'm inside our community laboratory. And inside here, we basically have a few templates that are currently being worked on by various members of the community. And actually, if I want to show who's working on what, maybe we can show that by a created by person. I realized that we didn't have our experimenter contributed by. We can use that. So let's go into experimenter contributed by. And you can see who is each person that's throwing in each different toolbox item. And basically what we want to do here is to highlight two people that have been very helpful in building two features that we've been working on, which is one, the energy tracker. As you guys may know, that's been in beta. We've built it previously with Darius together on the live stream, and that was around a few months ago. And since then, we've had quite a few members come in and improve that. And also the pet system. So the pet system has also been quite improved, and we're very happy to showcase that. And basically what I'll be doing today is showing you how I would enter their improvements into our community sandbox as a way to show how I would document the changes done, and then I'll actually build up the changes live into the master system so that anybody who's downloading our templates from here on out can benefit from those changes. So that's going to be pretty exciting. So let's go and do that right about now. So you can see that when we have a new submission, we actually have a template right here. So what we can do is we can click this new submission. So let's show what that looks like. And let's do the energy tracker first. So this is Christiaan's energy tracker. So energy tracker. And we can obviously link up a project if we want to for self-relation. That's okay. We don't need to right now. We can say the status is currently being building and testing. And then the obstacle statement. So this is where I'm going to pull up his messages to me. So I wanted to show. So he basically added a few things. The first thing was that if being awake for too long can also reflect negatively on our productivity and energy level. So he wanted to also show that as a way to track our energy. So that's his first obstacle statement. And then his second obstacle statement, let's bring that up as well. I believe it was inside the... okay, perfect. So it was for sleep quality as well. So he also wanted to track sleep. Sleep quality is more important than the number of hours slept. So that's also very, very important. So essentially his biggest obstacle was that the energy tracker and the slept well tracker isn't fully encompassing of all of the factors that come into building up your energy. So we have energy tracker, and then let's say also plus daily quests here. And the positive outcome, there's two. So one of them was be able to track the quality of sleep. And also we have the second one, which is be able to have our energy decrease if we have been awake for too long. So that's perfect. So those are the two changes, and I'm going to add Christian here so he can be correctly credited with this work. And hi everybody in the chat, good to see you guys. So basically what we want to show also is, what are the two change logs? So there's obviously two different things that are changed. So I'm going to make two sections here because we want to be concise in the two. And then let's make sure that the first one, which is the energy level. So what they did was they added time awake hours as a property, and then this is also added time energy reduction formula. Okay, so then we have a code block here. So let's add a code block, and I'm going to copy and paste this code block over. And then his time awakes hours property, this is a number property. So this is a number property, I believe. And then we have the third thing that he did, which was change remaining energy, formula. And then here is where we have his new code, which is right here, which is awesome. So we have time awake here. So we're going to keep this as the details. Time energy reduction is a new formula. And again, maybe we can cap this stuff to make it look a bit nicer. This can also be capped. It's a new formula. And here is the number, so we can also cap that, make it look a bit nicer. So that's the step-by-step change log for the first bit, so that's pretty awesome. He also added one more thing, which is the sleep adjustment. So let's do that. So for change sleep adjustment formula, and then this one is also a code. And he added all this stuff right here. Now, of course, we'll test it, and I'll show you the testing process as well. He also had a real starting energy, so changed real starting energy, another formula. And this will all make sense when we start building the actual thing, so bear with me as I just do some documentation. And so sleep adjustment formula, real starting energy formula, and remaining energy formula, just like so. And I believe that's it. That's all the changes for the first bit, which is handling the being awake for too long. And then the second bit is going to be about adding something to daily quests. So this change log is for our energy tracker, beta. And then this change log is going to be for our daily quests. Okay. So right here we have the first thing is changed formula for slept enough, previously slept well. And then we're going to take the code, which is a formula, and then paste the code here, just like so. And then we're going to have a sleep quality property, new sleep quality, which is going to be a dropdown or select property. Excuse me. Ooh, select property. And then the options are going to be these ones. So we have S, we have A, B, C, D, and they also correspond to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just because our system likes stats. If it's in that numerical format, we can calculate a lot easier. And then we also have a sleep quality output, which is going to be a formula. And then it's going to be a code. And then this is going to be right here, the sleep quality output, like so. Perfect. And then finally, we also have a stress level. That was interesting. So he also added a stress level. So new sleep quality output, new stress level, which is going to be a select property. And then he adds 6 options here. By the way, very well documented already. I love it so far. I'm just reformatting it into something that is readable for testing and for changes. And then we can also add stress level modifier. So stress level modifier. And then this is to basically carry over to, so this carry over. So this is a formula. And this is a new stress level modifier. Perfect. And then we have the okay, perfect. So that modifier will change the stress level inside here, which is really cool, because then there'll be a formula into here, I believe, or like at least a roll up. There'll be a roll up. Perfect. The stress level, and then so I'm going to just bold these ones so we can see what they're all about. I'm gonna bold this, and then bold this. And then just to also show you like what I'm seeing on my end, like where I'm copying all this from. Basically, Christiaan has already skipped a few steps, which is perfect. He's jumped the steps to show you how it would be provided inside the changelog when it does get published. So basically this is what you would see, like explains every single formula, the details behind them. And I think that's a really nice feature, basically showing like exactly how it's all fixed and done. Now, the process I might suggest from here on out and moving forward would be to handle the testing phase first, make sure it all works inside the master, and then work together on the changelog so that we are sure that there isn't any minor improvements that may happen as we integrate the system and we learn more about what could be changed as well. So that's something to think about and know. So now that we have all these things included as the things that we want to change, let's open it as a new page so we can have them separately. And then let's also open up our master system so that I can start working on them. And it's going to get important because I want to show you how I would basically go through these steps and make sure that the changes made are reasonable and suitable for our community, right? Just to do some code review, basically, if you're familiar with that term as a software developer. But basically just going through and making sure that everything works out well and there's no minor bugs. And if there's any improvements, any ways that can be helpful, I'll add it in as well. So let's go jump straight into the end state. So I'm just going to jump into the system itself. You can see we're going to jump through a few hoops. That's because I want to get to the back end, and the back end is where I can start really messing around with some stuff and playing around with the features. So we have our energy tracker, which is currently beta, and with this change we actually might take it out of beta. Actually we probably will. And then basically what we're going to do is we're going to open up these energy levels databases and understand a bit about what they've had so far, and then what we're going to change about them. So let's go do that. So let's go through them and just refresh our memory about how this really works. Basically, my understanding is that we have a page. Actually, let me open up energy management and just read a bit about it, just understand. Okay, so if inside our daily quest, we can indicate our starting energy of the property today's energy, and then we can update our energy levels as we progress through the day, and then we can take energy rejuvenation breaks to recover our energy and mana. Awesome, pretty clear. So if we go also to our daily quests, so let's also open that daily quest for today, just to really go through a use case and understand everything that's going on. So I go to daily quests. And then if I go into one of my daily quests and I take a look at today, so today for me is the 4th, or sorry, not the 4th, but the 10th. And I go in here and then I just do a new daily. And obviously it doesn't show up because it's not a standard feature yet. So I'm going to go find it. I'm looking for energy, today's energy right here. I'm going to make a new page in today's energy. So let's see what happens here. Create new page. That does not look like it's working right now. Let's see why. So if I open this up and I have the energy, looks like there is something there, but it's just not showing up, is it? Okay, let's say I added it, just a new one, just to do it the other way around, and then I find it here. Perfect. Okay, so I can tag it like that. That's very interesting. We'll figure out why that happens. But basically what we do in the beginning of the day is we determine what our energy level is. Maybe we feel like at a 70 today. I just got my COVID-19 vaccine. I do feel a little drowsy, a little dreary. I haven't been able to sleep yet. But basically I feel like I'm like 70. I'm feeling pretty good actually. So what's going to happen here is basically we start being able to edit our energy as we go on through the day. So let's keep going. Let's keep doing that. So actually this should be our day. So energy level today, this is July 10th, 2021. I believe that should be it. And our starting energy is actually put here, which is 70, and it shows our 70 starting energy is here. So let's take a look at what Christiaan changed for us, right? So Christiaan had a few good changes. Let's talk about what they are. Okay, so you added a time energy reduction. So if we woke up, if we had a different time awake, basically we would want to ensure that we, okay, so time awake hours is a property number. So we need to know how many hours that we are awake so far. So my understanding from what he's trying to do is to ensure that we have a way to track how many hours we've been awake so far. Now I'm just thinking, before I put that in directly, is there any way that we can do that automatically? Is there any way that we can make that so we can automatically calculate from the time that we went to bed and the time that we woke up, how much time we have awake and so on? And perhaps I don't have something right now. But if we think about this at the end of the day, which I believe is how Christian sees it, then we can definitely make this happen. So let's do that. Let's add a new property here. And let's call it, just follow his wording, time awake hours. So I'm just going to copy and paste, save some time awake hours. It's going to be a number. So that's something I'm going to submit later on as I get through the day. So as I get through the day, I'm going to be like, okay, my time awake has gotten quite long, right? Maybe my time awake has been now, I'm nearing 10 hours. So how is my energy like really? And of course you can keep this empty, right? But there are situations where it's not going to be empty. So remaining energy, let's go. Remaining energy is going to be right here, remaining energy right here. I'm just going to paste it in. It's missing time energy reduction. So that means that we haven't added something yet. So he hasn't, I haven't done the time energy reduction. You see, it's already catching my mistakes. So I need to go and add a formula here. So I need a formula. And the time energy reduction formula is going to be like this. Add a new formula. We call it a time energy reduction. And we're going to add the formula just like so. And the prop time awake, I had a capital for hours. So that's going to be a minor thing to change. So that's going to change that. So it's going to times 5. So that's going to reduce my 50 if I have 10 hours awake. So that's actually pretty scary. That's going to change it quite a bit. And let's show you why. So let's go into the energy remaining here. We're going to copy that. We're going to paste it right here. So we can see that we have 20 remaining energy right now. Oh no, that's pretty low. And later on, we can even add like, cool stuff like, if it's below 30, if it's below 50, then we start showing warning signs, warning bells. That could be all cool stuff. But for now, I'm going to just make sure that these are all going through. Okay, so sleep adjustments, I want to change that formula as well. So let's go to sleep adjustments. So sleep adjustments, I need to change that formula. So where is the sleep adjustments? Is that a new property? No, that's a changed property. So there should be a sleep adjustment property here. Sleep adjustment. Sleep. There's a sleep bonus. I'm not sure if that's what he's looking for. I'm going to double check his notes just to make sure that I'm following correctly. Sleep adjustments. I think it's a sleep bonus. Yeah, okay, it's a sleep bonus. That's what he's talking about. Okay, and then this is going to basically go ahead and connect to the slept enough, which is, we don't have that yet, which we have slept well. So I'm going to change it to slept well, just so that we know what that is. Oh, sleeping too much or too little. Okay. I understand what he's doing. Okay, let me change that back. So basically what he's trying to say is that we have two properties to show sleeping. Either you slept enough hours and you slept well. Those are two different things, which I totally agree with. That's a really good fix. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to change that to sleep enough. So this sleep enough is basically going to give us information from our today's quest, right? And if we, for example, go into here and put number of hours sleep, and we put that we have 10 hours sleep, right? So we slept enough, right? Slept enough. And I'll change that here as well. So slept enough. So slept enough. And of course you can change this from 8 or whatever, but for now we've made it 8 is slept enough or not. And then we have slept enough, and if it's slept enough, then we have basically a sleep bonus of 20. So our real starting energy becomes 90, which is really, really cool if you think about that. So basically our real starting energy becomes 90 because we have slept enough from the evening. You can see that that's how it's calculated. It's 70 plus 20. So super cool stuff. Let's keep going, shall we? So the next change that he was adding was the sleep real starting energy. So let's copy that because that should also include the sleep quality outputs, which we haven't added in yet. So we really have to go and add that in first because we don't have that. So let's go ahead and do the changes now for this because we need to roll up the sleep quality outputs. Otherwise, we don't have that property inside our energy levels. So if we go into our slept enough property, which again, perfect, right? Slept enough. And maybe we don't even need that question mark. We just slept enough is great. And then we copy this and then we take this formula. Let's paste it in there. So here is we're giving, more definition to it. So if it's a 9, then we slept enough. If it's 8, then we slept enough. 7. Otherwise, it becomes too much or too little if it's below 7 or above 9. I love that. Great change. Really awesome stuff. And basically what we can do here is that now that we have, for example, 10 is too much, we actually have lost energy. Our real starting energy just 30 instead of 70 because we have, different thresholds of what our real starting energy is. We feel like we're starting at 70, but actually we're probably at a 30 because our sleep's going to catch up to us, right? So that's a really cool feature. I love that a lot, by the way. So let's keep going. Let's keep adding new things. So sleep quality, we have a select property. So let's go ahead and play around with that. So I'm going to add a new property. Let's just duplicate a property because I want it right here. So let's duplicate this property. And then we're going to say sleep quality. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. Sleep quality. And then I'm going to add an emoji just because I like having that. Because it helps to remind myself what it's really doing. And let's just use that because this stays more consistent. Excuse me. And then sleep quality is going to be a drop down. So this is going to be a select. And actually a cool hack for this, if you guys are interested in building, you can do a multi-select just to add stuff in really, really quickly. So let me show you how that works. I don't think I can do all of that at once, but what I can do is I can cut that, go, cut this, go, cut this. I think I'm missing something. No, there we go. Go, and then cut this, go, and then cut that, and then go. So that's really, really cool stuff. And then I just need to change that back into a single select, and then everything happens like normal. I can change colors just to make it easier on the eyes. They're all defaulting. And then what we have here is a beautiful system that shows us our sleep quality. Awesome stuff. And then our sleep quality output is going to be a formula. So that's going to be a formula on this. So let's just duplicate this formula. No, sleep quality output. So we're going to paste that into here. So sleep quality. So instead of a star, interesting, they did a star. Okay, I'll follow his lead. He did a star. So let's do a star here. So let's follow Christian's lead here. Let's do a star. So let's copy this. That's still wrong. Okay. I didn't have it out of 5, but I'm going to go add it out of 5 here. So you can already see there's some discrepancies, right, with the notes, and we want to make sure that they are standard. So out of 5, just in case someone comes in here and wants to change it without taking new changes, they could at least come here and know what they can do. So we have a stress level as well. So we're going to take that and we're going to add that. So stress level is also something that we like into here. So stress level. And then again, like this, I will make it into a multi-select. This one I'll have to delete everything again just because they are already, I should have just started from a new one actually, a new property, but that's fine. I can do the same thing. I can just cut that, no stress, very low stress, low stress, medium stress, medium stress. And then we have high stress, and then we have very high stress. Very cool stuff. We can make this a select again, and then maybe this one we can make it a bit more colorful. So no stress is default. Very low should be gray perhaps, or maybe brown, blue. Oh, no stress is green actually. We feel really good. Green, blue, start to go to yellow. We have orange, and then we start going to pink, and then red at the end. So perfect stuff. I like that. And then we have a stress level modifier. So we can see that again, he put a out of 5 here. So let's do that, out of 5. And then if we have like maybe a brain exploding, blown mind brain. There's an emoji here that like has a brain exploding. Emoji brain exploding. Let's find that emoji. I think it'll be fun. There we go. Exploding face. So that's our stress level. Awesome stuff. And then our stress level can go up here perhaps. And then also we can find our new formula for our stress level modifier, which will be passed on. Stress level modifier. And this one, remember, I'll have to put the mind blown thing there. So for now, I can put exploding. That was the trigger. And we have a stress level modifier as well. So we have no stress is 0.8, very low is a 1, 0.2. So it seems like if you have no stress, you actually get a bonus on your modifier, which is super nice, super awesome stuff. Very, very cool. So now we're going to go into here and we finished this part. So we can go back and we can find out that we can have the real starting energy, which also tackles the sleep quality output. So let's go ahead and do that. And I think the notes are missing some minor details, but let's just go ahead and do a roll up. So I'm going to add a roll up here. So I'm going to duplicate this roll up. And then basically this roll up is going to show sleep quality output. And then this roll up will go and pull the sleep quality output. And I want to sum it because I want a number. Perfect. And then we have the sleep quality outputs, which we can now throw into our real starting energy. Okay. And then it seems like sleep adjustment isn't there. So what is sleep adjustment? Let's figure that out. So sleep adjustment seems to be I don't think he documented that yet. Okay, sleep adjustment is slept enough. Okay, so let's double check that. We do have a sleep adjustment. Okay, so slept enough. Okay, slept enough. Or sleep bonus rather, sleep adjustment. But it's not always a bonus. So sleep adjustment got changed. That's a pretty significant change that we need to keep. Okay, perfect. That makes sense to me. And now our real starting energy is at a 30. Now imagine if we had our quality go down. So I just want to see how that works. So if our quality goes down, let's say our quality goes down to 3, what happens? Quality goes to 3, our real starting energy becomes 2. Oh my gosh, that's pretty significant. Oh my gosh. Awesome stuff. So that's really, really cool, guys. So let's summarize a little bit. Basically, what's was solved by Christiaan for the energy tracker was to be more realistic with the sleep quality. It's not just sleep time, but sleep quality matters. Also, sleep time, too much and too little, both matter. It's not just like, hey, I over 8 hours, I feel good. No, if you sleep for 10, 12 hours, it's probably not that good for you as well. And then having a way to track if you have been awake for too long, having that energy decrease, also really awesome stuff. I think that's a really good feature. Now, I noticed that he put one thing at the end here, which is the stress level modifier. And I believe that that stress level should somehow factor into the energy level as well. I believe that was his intention. So let's do that for him. Let's do that intention for him. Let's make sure that I can read his notes and just kind of see what's working there. Yeah, it's a prerequisite for energy level beta. Awesome. And let's go ahead and show that. So according to him, the stress level is more for, well, maybe we can do it as lowering our starting energy, but I believe that it can also act as a way to impact your work, because the way that you do your work can be quite critical to your stress levels. If you're very stressed, you might not be able to do your work effectively. So that's something that I want to note on. I think that might be an issue, perhaps, right? But in any case, I do want to make sure that we have everything tracked. So let's go ahead and do another roll up. And again, I will just duplicate this because it's already a roll up. And I'm going to call this a stress level modifier. Stress level adjustment, I think, needs to stay consistent. And we're going to configure the roll up stress level modifier on the other end. And then I'm going to again make this into a sum so we can show that these are calculated sums instead. And then again, that can also throw into affecting our starting energy, which I believe this, wait, so sleep adjustments is just added on. Okay, sleep quality outputs, where does that go? Sleep quality output, I don't believe that just gets added on, right? Sleep quality output, I'll multiply by, okay, I like that. So maybe also multiply by stress. So multiply by stress. I believe the stress one is here, stress level adjustment. And then let's go ahead and remove that for a second. Okay, so our real starting energy is getting real low. Okay, so our real starting energy is getting real low, and that's because all those things are starting to affect it. So one thing that I can add that becomes above and beyond what's currently added is to tell the whole story, right? Like what currently is being added here. And we can see that initially it was just sleep that affects it, sleep time that affects it, but now we have sleep quality. So we want to add sleep quality into here. So let's add a sleep quality. And how I would do this, and again, this is more some advanced stuff if you want to really learn how to use Notion. But I can add a new one. This one's going to be a star because that's what we had before. And then we're going to format this. It's not sleep adjustment, but I believe it's slept enough. So slept enough. Okay, that's not what I want either. So let's figure out that it's sleep quality output. That's what I want. So sleep quality outputs. So sleep quality output. So that's something really cool. So that's not adding, you see, that's a multiplication. So what we want to do here then is to take this whole section, right? Take it out for a second. Oops, that's too much. Take this whole section. That's too little. We'll take that as well. Okay. And then we actually want to multiply that inside this bracket. So we want to multiply that. So inside the 70, so right here, we want to multiply by something. So let's do a multiply by. multiply by, and then we can add a star. So let's do a star. Multiply by star. And then we can have the number here, which is going to be our sleep adjustments, sleep quality outputs. Okay, wait, we need to take that out, put that back in. So take that out. Okay, so we're starting to have some weird bugs. So let's go into here, open it up again. Perfect. So I believe that should work. And then we have a comma somewhere. Okay, so if we have a comma there, basically what can happen is we can add something into there. So we can add a, oop. But something about Notion when you start playing with formulas is they can start getting really wonky. So something I don't really like about it. But anyway, we make do. So prop, we can get sleep, sleep adjustment something, sleep quality adjustment output. Keep forgetting that, sleep quality output. And then we can close that, comma that. No, close that one more time, comma. There we go. So you can see that we have like a multiply by 0.6, right? So that affects the quality. And then later on, we can even do one more that multiplies by our stress level. And we can do that later. But basically, I just wanted to show that was like how the whole story goes. And of course, as you start adding in your quest to be done for a day, you can start really calculating like, hey, do I really have enough energy for this? And of course, when you get to the, you know, your middays, you're having lunch, you can add a bit more energy. My meal gave me, 50 more energy. My dinner gave me 30 more energy. My remaining energy looks like this. So this is how much energy I have to actually work on my stuff. So that's really cool. Okay. So that's one of the changes that I wanted to make. And thank you so much, Christiaan, for giving us that feedback. Really love it. Now, the next change I wanted to make was one by Rick. And Rick is someone that has been very enthusiastically giving us some feedback. So I really want to highlight his work and, give him some, give him the chance to really showcase his work and, we can build it onto the system. So again, the way I would do this is I would go to the community sandbox and going back to the laboratory. Let's go ahead and add a new thing here. So a new submission here, this one's going to be about our pets, right? Pet system. And this is where I think Alyssa is going to get really excited. So I'm excited that you're excited. Excuse me. So we can build and test. And there's been a bunch of changes. So I really want to make sure that it's clear. Okay, so let's break down his changes, shall we? Okay, so the obstacle statement is pets need to have more granular growth than just not granular growth, but granular more dynamic. There we go. More dynamic scale than just sleeping and active. And then his positive outcome is that you add an energy bar for the pet that can be rolled up for the character, for the avatar. So I think that's really, really cool. That's a really good feature, by the way. Another thing is to do a image property for, so let's say there should be a more dynamic way to visualize a pet that is sleeping versus active. So that's also really, really cool. So showing different images for the pets that are sleeping versus the pets that are active. And I know that many people have been looking for this solution, and I'm really glad that we finally have this to work with. So let's go ahead and put some screenshots in that we have that Rick has shared with us to show us how it all works. So let's show first the pets database. Let's see how that one looks. So I'm going to paste that in here. So basically for the pets database, this is how it will look. You have some sleeping dogs, amazing, right? And then you have your health. And this is show that how it rolls up. Basically, we have a roll up here that we can copy, and I'll just show into here. There'll be a roll up that shows our the health of the pets below your character. So I think that's also really, really awesome. So I think we're going to do just like how before, we're going to do bit by bit because there's quite a few features here that he shared with us. He's been working on this for a while. So again, really appreciate his work there. So let's go ahead and clean this up a little bit so that we can break down all the different features that we have. So the next one in this different section is we're going to have the active versus sleeping doggies. So we have this right here, active versus sleeping. So let's put that side by side so we can properly see the changes here. Okay, so pets side by side. And then we can also have, okay, I think that's about it. Let's start. These are the two big features for what we're going to build, and it looks like we'll be doing it on time, so that'll be perfect as well. Amazing. So let's do the first thing, which is making a health bar for the pets. And I think that's going to be really important. So the first thing we want to do is to go ahead and make it so that we can see exactly what happens. So it seems like what he has, and I guess I'll just copy and paste his images, but I need to write them down in proper like step by step, okay? So it seems like what he did is that he has his health formula, and the health formula is based on a journal progression. So his journal progression, let's see if I can find his daily quest page. His daily quest page, let's see where that's coming from. Okay, so his daily quest journal. So let's see what that's doing. So inside reflection, so the health of the pet is based on the, let's try to understand this a bit better. There's two images here at the end that I need to show you guys. So let's kind of parse through this and try to understand what's happening. So the journal multiplier, which basically shows that if the multiplier is, okay, so this is the same thing as usual, but how is he getting the health? Okay. So it seems like journal has something here, which is a 6, right? And the 6 is currently linking up to here. So let's go find what that journal thing looks like. Okay, so for his system, again, like I said, we might not take the full thing. We might just figure out what he's doing. So it seems like his journal entry is a roll up on the how many habits you have completed today, which then divides by 21, which I believe is his total number of habits, and divides by 100. So it might be that his health of the pets is directly linked to the okay, it's directly linked to the daily quest. So how many daily quests you finish is directly revitalizing the health of your pet. Now let's think for a second if this makes sense, because if you're starting from day one, right, is doing a task or doing a quest equivalent of giving health potions to your pet, or should it be the other way around, where your pet decreases in health if you don't finish your quest? Now, obviously, the latter is going to be a lot harder to accomplish, but I just want to go through this exercise just to really understand, what we're doing here and make sure we're doing the right thing. So, it seems like the idea here is that when we finish our daily quest, whatever that percentage is gets translated into our health right here. If that's the case, then I already have a really easy solution that I don't need to do all this math for. So let me show you what I'm talking about. We already have an overall progress here, right? So what we can do in this overall progress that can map it into our pets, and actually it does make a lot of sense, is I can go to our pets, which by the way, we have to go there. So let's go to our system and let's go ahead and go into our pets. So that's inside our gamification. That's inside our leaderboard. So let's go and pull that. It's inside our pets leaderboard. So let's just open a view for that. I don't want to worry about everything else. So let's open a view for our leaderboard here. Okay, we need to add a filter. So where the type, oops, that's tag, not type, where type contains pet. Let's go ahead and do this, and let's do it in a visual way. I like a visual view. So let's go ahead and add a filter again for a type contains the pets, which makes it really, really clear for us. Okay, so right now this is showing our experience points, and just to double check his work, just to make sure we're not losing stuff, it doesn't seem like he's keeping the experience points, which kind of makes sense. Maybe he doesn't want his pets to level up as well. I think I like to keep it. But what we can do right now is to show the information also about the health. So how I would do it, just as a way to show, my process, is I would create a roll up here. And then again, we can put like a health thing up here. Maybe we can call it the pet health, for example. Or it can actually even be like your character health. Now that I think about it, it doesn't have to be just your pet. That's really interesting. I haven't thought about this one completely, but yeah, this could be super interesting. This could be your health in general. Maybe we just create a new health system. Anyway, so let's see how this works. So we have a health system. So let's do a health. This is a health bar. And what we can do here is we can actually just roll up this entire overall progress. Now we can't do that without relating the this over to the leaderboard. And I think the best way to do that is to leverage the existing tags that are already there. So let me show what I mean. We have these tags, which is our gamification tags, which currently don't really roll up anything other than our oh, okay, I already see what might be the issue, huh? Very cool. Okay, I see why he didn't do it this way. Okay, let me explain perhaps the issue that I'm seeing here. If I roll up directly this overall progress, because in Notion I'm not able to filter out exactly what I'm rolling out, I'm going to get all of the basically all of the progressions, which is not what I want. That's definitely not what I want. I want to see the specific progression for that specific day. No, it still works. It still works. Okay, no, it works in the way that I don't need to create a new relational property inside here, which I believe he has done. He made a new relational property inside his journal. So I don't need to do that. So let me show you how I would do it. Basically, I will use this formula though to show the number of habits divided by the multiplier, because it's going to be important. So I will need that. because I don't think I have that anywhere here. I'm actually doing the math inside the overall progress, right? Yeah, multiplier minus the divided by that. So let's go ahead and just make a new property for this. Let's call this progress. I think it's fine. So let's duplicate this. Let's call this progress. And I'm going to add a formula here for multiplier divided by number of habits. And then basically what's going to happen here is I'm going to leverage the tag for 25-minute task. And I'm going to go to gamification tags. And I'm going to add one more property here. I'm going to add, and we already have a lot, right? But we're going to add one more property, one more roll up. That's going to show us, that's going to roll up. Let's do a roll up here. That's going to show us specifically the progress. Okay, and then this is going to go up on progress. And I already know a problem, so hold your horses, right? It's going to show everything again. So what we want to do is take the formula that we used before, which is for the subtract 2 days and whatever. And I believe he's also showed an example of that. So let's go into here. So last 2 days, and if the prop multiplier is not equal to 0, then prop multiplier and then 0. I don't think we need to do that per se. What I would do though here is I like this right here. So only if the wake up time is whatever. So progress is going to be today's progress. So only shows if it's today. And then we have this. We will show that. Otherwise we show 0. So that's perfect. So because it's today, right, just to show you what it looks like, if I check things off, this should show me 12. Okay, it should show me 12. Yeah, so 11. So what we can do is we can multiply it all by 100. So multiply by 100. I believe divide by 100 now. Oops, multiply by 100. And then divide the whole thing by 100. Just to get the 2 decimal places. Oh, actually, no, let's just round it. I think rounding is just the best. Let's not worry about so much stuff. So let's round this. So round. So we have 12%. Okay. So 12 will carry over all the way into our gamification tags, which we now see 12 here, which we then can pull inside our leaderboard, right? We can pull this inside our leaderboard, and then we can get this information through a roll up. And oh, again, we can't roll up a roll up. So what we need to do here is drag this down. Let's just grab this property, which is a formula. And then we just need to show the progress for today. How did it name before? Y daily quests. So we can just say, we can just call this daily quests. Oh. YA, and then let's call this one, you know, health bar. Just for now. Later on, I'll figure out the exact wordings for this. This is something I can do off stream. But for now, I just want to make sure that you guys can follow along this whole process and really understand what's going on and kind of see the complexities behind how everything works to give you that really nice system. Anyways, we have health bar here. So we have health bar stats. And then this is going to roll up on our existing relations for tags. We're going to go ahead and grab the health bar stat, and then we're going to sum it up. Okay, so let's now figure out what's going on. So we have the 25-minute task here. We have the 5-minute task, right? So our health bar stat should be pretty much there. It shouldn't be the problem because our health bar stat Because we haven't actually pulled that information. So let's go ahead and pull that information. It should be at the bottom here. It's our latest one. YA health bar stats. YA daily quest health bar. Okay, let's just copy this. Progress. And then we go ahead and paste this in. And now we have a 12 there, which is awesome. We have a 12 here as well now. Pretty good. And then our health bar, basically all we do now is just make this into a formula. And this formula, we can do whatever we'd like. Maybe we'll follow, our friend's point of view. We add like a heart in the front, and then we add a bunch of stuff. For now, I'm just going to, actually, I think it'd be pretty good. Let's do a health bar. And we'll slice the health instead. So we'll do it in hearts, shall we? So let's go ahead and grab this overall progress. So I don't need all these things still, so I will clean it up in a second. But basically, I don't need all these things in the front. I just need to do a format slice. And then it's not based on multiplier. Oh, it's flooring it. Interesting. I might floor it later. Okay. I'll show you what floor means, by the way, later. But yeah, anyway, for now, I'm just going to show the math for this. So I'm going to go ahead and do the math for this. Okay, so anything that has this, I'm going to replace with the property that we just created. So let's just take this for a second, just so I know it. Health bar stats is what I need. So I'm going to go into here, throw this in, and no problem. If you're lost, you're going to get this for free, right? If you're part of the community. So don't worry. All the pain that we're doing here is for you to be able to take it onwards and go forth and prosper. Anyways, so here, I forgot the name again. Health bar stats. Guys, remember that for me. Health bar stats. Super important. Health. Oh my god, I can't even type in the right place. I'm going to do this on a notepad. You're not going to see this for a second because, oh, maybe I'll just do it into here so you guys can see it. Otherwise, I will have no way to properly do this. Okay, so let's wrap this first of all so I can actually see this better. So I need health bar stats. Health bar stats. I need health bar stats everywhere. So this becomes health bar stats. This becomes health bar stats. And then if empty, health bar stats. Perfect. So I can paste that back in. It's not going to work just because I know that there's a small thing I need to fix. So if that ever plugs in, perfect. Yep, it's 100,200%. And that's because I multiply by 100 here, which I don't need to do. So that's perfectly fine. And I will just take out this multiply by 100. I will also take out this round because obviously I don't need that anymore. And that just becomes a number. And here my health bar should snap to, and it becomes a 12. I don't know what that's doing though. Let's figure out what that's doing later on. Gold balance seems to have messed up just a little bit. I think I just need to floor this or around this. Yeah, I'll just round that. I don't know what's going on there though, to be very honest. I don't know why gold is messing up all of a sudden. Wait, is it because I checked things off? I just want to double check something. Yeah, I shouldn't mess anything up. Not sure. Oh, I get gold for that. Wait a second. Okay, my gold's going up. We'll figure that out later. Anyway, we got a health bar going on. But what I wanted to do really is to add a proper health bar. So let's do some health. So we're going to do some full health stuff. So let's do a heart. Okay, you guys aren't seeing this, but I'm adding a heart into here. Let's go ahead and do it again in here because it's easier to see. So let's find a heart emoji. And then heart emoji. We're going to have some nice red hearts to signify proper health. We're going to have some nice black hearts to signify you don't have health. And that does not look like I can see that. Maybe we can even just do a normal heart, and that will be the normal. Okay, let's just do these two hearts. I know this one's hard to see, but let's go ahead. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I just need 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this is going to be like so, and I'm going to paste it in like so. And it should change. Okay, so one quick thing that I see is I probably should reverse them. The other hearts should be the small hearts, and then we should have a nice red heart showing the other way. So let's go ahead and do that. So this, all these hearts should go into here. And then if we have a normal heart, so I believe it's going to be the one with the shiny little thing. Let's grab that and let's put that into here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Grab that, paste it in there, and then I think we finally have a health bar. Awesome stuff. So basically what we created is your health bar, which is going to be directly correlated with your how much daily quests you've done. I believe yesterday, so not today. It's going to be based on yesterday, but I'll tweak that a little bit as we go on later on and as I fix this. I do see a minor thing, so we can look in the Unicode hearts and we can see how many heart symbols we have. I'm sure there are heart symbols that have the proper heart. So this is, let's grab a better one. Okay, so there's white hearts and there's black hearts. So let's take the white heart. So let's see how that looks. If I take the white hearts here, okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I take this and put it into here. Basically now we have this health bar thing, and then we can paste that in there. And it should look a bit nicer. We'll see. Perfect. That actually looks really good. I like that a lot. So now on top of seeing our level up bar inside our pets, if we so wish, we can also see our health bar. So let's go ahead and show the property of our health bar. And boom, that looks really, really nice. What we can do also is take away that last dash just to stay consistent. So we can do that just by taking this away. And then now it looks as nice as it can be. Perfect. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is to just do the active and inactive states. And that one I believe is a really, really easy fix. So let's go ahead and just see how he does it. Basically, my understanding of it is he has a view that shows only active and sleeping. And in that view, you can change the image for the thumbnail. So that's actually a really cool fix, by the way. I like that a lot. So let's go ahead and show how that works, because I do want to show. So practical, okay, let's show visual. So visual, I'm going to duplicate visual. And then we can show sleeping, or visual sleeping. And then this is visual active. And this is actually a pretty easy fix, I think. So I like that a lot. So right now, the way we're controlling these avatars is through the cover images. But what if they weren't through the cover images? What if they were only through, different images inside this property? So let's figure this out. So we have active pet picture. Okay. and then we have a let's make this into a files and media. And then we're going to also have a inactive pet picture. So we're going to duplicate this, and then we're going to also have a inactive pet picture. And then basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to dig into my folder for a second, and I'm going to grab some of my cutest cat pictures and then throw them into there just so that I can show you guys how this would look. I'll try to find a sleeping cat picture, and I'll try to find a not sleeping cat picture. So let's do that. So this is an active cat picture. So let's go ahead and do just a normal one. And then for the inactive cat picture, I already have one in mind. So let's go ahead and throw that in. Our inactive cat picture is going to be him sleeping. So that's perfect. And by the way, if you're curious, Natsu is my cat. So, and same with Aki. Oh, I took away Aki for this demo. But yes, Natsu and Aki are my cats. Okay, so if sleeping, card preview is the inactive cat picture. And if you're active, then it's going to show you the active cat picture. So we can show an active cat picture just like that. And what we can do here, which is really cool, is to show basically only when you have an active person. So what you can do in your dashboard is you can basically show two views for your leaderboard. One leaderboard view is going to be your inactive cats or inactive pets, and leaderboard view is going to be active pets. And when it becomes active, it automatically switches to the active tab, and then you can see that they are in their active states inside their picture. So that's something that you can do as well. So I think that's about it. I really enjoyed showing you guys how this whole process worked. I will obviously do some more documentation as I go through. I'm currently working on the updates and changelog for the whole system in general. I'm also working on a better way to communicate all the different systems we have inside our toolbox, talk a bit about why each one is built and why they're there and where you can find them. That'll all be like an interactive map on the website in some way, so definitely check that out if you're curious. But in other cases, I'm very happy to have you guys here as part of our community, working together with us as we're here. And yeah, lovely to have you guys, and have a wonderful weekend ahead. Remember, stay intentional, and yeah, make work a little more fun. We have a really cool initiative, by the way, going inside the community. If you want to submit some projects that you're working on, and record a short video of what project you're working on, and just to get the support and guidance from the community, if we can give guidance, definitely feel free to do that. Talk to Alyssa or Anne if you want to get involved. They're the ones that are pioneering this very, very cool initiative. I think the deadline's on Saturday. Anyways, check that out. That's enough for me. Please take care. Have a wonderful week ahead, and